you, man. I'm trying to come work for you. I'm here, bro. I'm here.
Check.
I'm gonna close the door.
What? Can't. Nah, you can leave it.
Ready on 4
Yeah, it ain't. All right.
Putting it in my calendar.
All right. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dogs and cats and roaches and rats.
Let's go.
Welcome back to another. This is episode 2 of LOYNO Hip Hop and R&B, which you probably just go call it HHRB.
Yep.
LOYNO HHRB Night Talk.
Night talk.
Tonight we got the infamous, the world-renowned, the greatest DJ in the world. Trying to think of all the other things. I need a and a couple of. We got the world famous DJ Spin in the building. I need the little the stream deck where it goes. Yeah. Look, bruh.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell y'all what we doing. Shout out to DJ Spin, yo.
Shout out DJ Spin.
Shout out to Loyola
So
in
here's
general.
what we doing, bruh. For those that don't know, we making this up as we go along. This was not our intention to shoot podcasts.
Once again.
Day to day. We winging the hell out of this. And I love it.
Yep.
What's happening once again is we working with my man Big Fave and CL. We're in the trenches for ESPN. And whenever we set their show up and do their show, we pretty much keep the setup and then we do
Our setup.
our situation.
Yep.
So shout out ESPN
Yep.
and Big Fave
Yes,
and In the
sir.
Trenches and my man CL.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for you guys,
This wouldn't be.
we wouldn't pretty much be doing this because,
Nope.
you know.
And we met a cool brother tonight, Eric Hicks.
Yo,
Yeah,
Eric
Petula.
hits. Really? He does hit. He definitely hits.
Hits hard.
Bruh. But Eric hits. I quit.
Hicks.
Bruh, Eric hits.
Oh,
Hey,
It's all-
bro, come on.
it's all good. It's
What
late.
happened? A
It's
third
late,
time's a
dude,
charm.
bruh.
Damn.
Eric
Hicks.
Hicks
There you go.
is my bull.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
fire. Dope. Soft spoken.
Yeah. Well-mannered.
Yeah, well mannered.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know he's going to destroy you off the line until they snap the ball, and then it's a wrap. He's part of the Tulane squad, the football team that won the championship. I mean, he was part of that squad, right?
I think they
Yeah,
won.
Last year.
Yeah.
Right.
He just graduated.
Yeah, just
Well, he's
going to graduate.
he's going
He's
to graduate.
going.
This
He's
is
going
final
to the,
semester.
He's going to the
Going to NFL
Yeah, the NFL compound.
compound.
He told me it was a compound.
The compound?
I think he's doing pro day and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Pro
yeah,
day.
yeah.
I think they're
Yeah,
doing it.
because they're doing the combine right now.
Combine, my fault.
Yeah, that's why I was like, the compound?
My fault.
I'm like, all right.
Combine.
So we're going to talk about how
Hey,
much
y'all.
he knows about football, y'all. Here we go.
It's
I'm
not
out.
a lot. It's not a lot, man. It's not a lot.
I'm
That
out.
boy's
We
football
don't even-
knowledge.
we
I'm
don't-
Mexican.
We
I'm
don't
out.
even got to talk about it, bro.
He's like, soccer.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, it has to be soccer.
Football.
Yeah,
Football.
Yeah, football not.
Football.
Hey, man.
I watched Brazil today. I don't know if they won. But when I was watching them,
Yeah,
they was destroying Korea. It was entertaining as hell
Yeah.
and kind of sad.
So I was explaining to him
yeah,
why
it's just some-
we was
it's a
ordering
different
wings,
monster.
Right. We ordered wings from Bayou Hot Wings.
and I'm
Shout out
going
Bayou Hot
over,
Wings.
and I'm going to UP and tell them, oh, this is what they're doing.
Bruh.
This is how they set up.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know soccer.
Yeah.
I played soccer as a sport, like for fun.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on the playground, this, that, and the other.
Yeah, for sure.
But I never was like, let's get some shin guards. Let's go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It never.
Bruh, first of all, look at this. See this? This never played soccer. Because if I played soccer,
You will be slim.
there would be no
like
this.
shredded, you know?
This is what happens when you play football, basketball, and powerlift for a bunch of years, and then you get injured, and you go total music. And then you sit in front of a monitor with some keyboards, and you're in studios for 20-something years. Yep. You just tend to put on the pounds come out of nowhere, as they say. Because we eat and we make dope beats, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know, I got an idea for a show too called Beats and Eats.
That sounds fire.
You know what I mean? We get a lot
Beats
of
and
cats,
Eats.
bro.
So
Beats and Eats is gonna be crazy.
What, like we cooking and we cooking?
Nah, well, here's the thing. The way, okay, so Mia doing her thing? Mama Mia?
Mama, yeah.
Is she doing? Okay, so I had an idea for Beats and Eats. Show you how great minds think alike. Mia X, former No Limit, had the same idea, I think, called Beats and Eats. But I'm not sure, but I know her. I think she's filming it now, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Yeah, I did one show. I can't remember offhand what she actually called it, but
yeah. But she's working on the project, but she cooks though, right?
Yeah, she cooks.
She's cooking, and you go to a location.
Yeah, you go to her spot.
I
think it's in the 7th Ward somewhere. Nice place, and she cooks. You know, the meal of the day. I think the day that we did it, she cooked jambalaya. You know,
oh, man, that's one of my favorite.
Bruh.
and I played music and gave it, things, and she went over stuff. And
for those that don't know, Mia X is amazing, bro.
Yes.
She's cool as cheese, bro. She's definitely the Mama Mia, bro.
Wow, that
She
got
really
me hungry
is.
again.
And it would really, like I said, I always give her credit because she helped out in the beginning of the hip hop and R&B program here at Loyola. So she was one of the first professors of hip hop and R&B that came on. You know, when it was the Bachelor of Science in Urban and Electronic Music, before we switched the name
when
to
we
hip hop
mentioned
and
that
R&B.
yesterday.
Right. So Mia X, she will forever. Her and DJ Soul Sister. Will forever.
Shout out to
DJ
DJ Soul
Sister,
Sister,
bro.
actually.
Yo, man.
Like, she's
Her
amazing.
Her class is probably one of, if not
That's
the most
elite
important
level.
class.
I would say that's a level.
Yeah, she teaches the history of urban music.
Yeah.
That's more than
ridiculous.
important. That's like
That's top level.
you need to know that. So I learned so much from that
Did
class.
she graduate from Tulane too? Like
She got her master's from Tulane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she got her master's in history.
Yeah.
And so it was like perfect.
Yeah.
She got her master's in history, and I remember we asked her, and she had a show like that following weekend that I went to. It was her and Manny Fresh.
Yeah.
At the, I think it was at the Hi Ho Lounge or something.
Yeah, her birthday party.
Yeah, bro.
birthday
When I
party.
tell you, the line was not just out the door, but like down the street,
That's
around
fire.
the corner.
Wow.
I was like, damn, Soul Sister, yeah. And the party was crazy.
And she
Manny
plays on vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
she's
bro.
a-
yeah.
She
She's
just
a
came to
vinyl DJ.
Forum recently. Actually, it was last week.
It was last week, right?
It was
Yeah.
last week.
She did
came to
Forum with
Forum.
DJ and Twiggity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool dude.
Twiggy, another grad.
Twiggy,
from
yeah,
Loyola.
I met him.
He's
over
out the
summer.
program.
Yeah, he's killing
Yeah.
it right now.
Bruh.
Yeah,
Number one DJ in New Orleans, I say right now.
that's
Oh,
fire.
it's close.
Number
Yes,
one,
yes.
6-year-old, 27-year-old,
Yeah.
killing the game.
Yeah.
He's out the. I think he's out of the Urban Electronic Music degree program. If he's not,
I mean, he told me
It's-
he went to Loyola.
no,
so-
I'm saying he's in
I
the
don't know.
program. Like he I taught him.
Okay.
So he was either in,
Yeah.
I think he was in Urban Electronic Music or MIS, Music Industry Studies.
I think I remember him his last year, like his last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, he held down
Yeah.
for when we had an
Yeah.
ensemble.
Mhm.
For those that, once again, I don't know, we didn't introduce ourselves totally again. Okay, so just so y'all know, my name is UP. I'm a professor of hip hop and R&B here at Loyola University New Orleans. Been in the industry for about 25 plus years. Let's just put that plus there. So you can pretty much make it whatever. I don't know. Because, I'm only 20, so deal with it. Been producing in the industry for a long time, mixing in the industry for a long time. Doing a lot of stuff for a lot of people. Working with my man Spin for decades, really, not even years, but
We
decades.
just went over some pictures.
Bro, we pulled up the pictures. All right, so look. Oh, I'm sorry, hold up. Before we finish, DJ Spin, world famous, I said that. I'm UP, Introduce you guys yourself real quick.
Damian CH. I'm an artist, producer, and recording engineer, which I have 5 years of experience doing this. I got the pleasure to be a student in the hip hop and R&B program, to be taught by the amazing Professor UP
I
in
just
here.
work here, bro.
So yeah, I'm a Latin artist. I'm from Mexico. So yeah, that's who I am.
Yo, you got to give a message to all your Mexican people, all the Mexican people.
Y para toda la gente que los ve en español, mi nombre es Damian CH. Orgullosamente mexicano, orgullosamente formar parte de Hip Hop and R&B en ese programa. Gracias a UP, a gente como él, como Rainy, como DJ Spin.
Yes.
Vaya, es un placer ser de México y formar parte de esto.
I love it.
Yes.
Yes,
I be
sir.
having no idea what he's saying, but I be like, yes, yes. He could be saying like, yo, these guys are trash.
I
Don't
did
ever
not
come
say
here.
that. I did not say that.
So let's
That's on
talk
the
about
record.
Professor UP. He's garbage. This guy sitting next to me is totally idiot.
I think YouTube make audio caption. So even
Oh,
though
does
that,
it?
I think so. You
Facts,
you can look that up. I didn't do
I love
any
it.
bullshit in
Hey,
it.
oh, hold up. Just so you know, also. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Do
Oh,
your
now you good. What's up, y'all? My name is Wes. I'm a senior. I'm doing a bachelor's in hip hop R&B. I'm a producer engineer. I've been in the industry for 2 years. So, yeah, that's me.
Well, yeah, that's me.
Yeah.
So, okay, so they're slowly teaching me Spanish
Así es.
because my Spanish is about hola
yeah,
and amigo.
yeah, and then basics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
it. That's not even basic. I don't know what that
You remember the word we taught you the other day?
Nope.
Lapis?
Lápiz.
Lápiz.
Lapis?
Yeah.
Lápiz.
Lápiz y pluma.
Lápiz y pluma. What is
Pluma is
Lápiz.
pen.
pen?
Yes.
What is lapis?
Lápiz is, oh well, you know.
I don't know.
You don't
Yeah,
remember?
look, see how they teaching me, right? They getting hard on me. I don't.
It's a pencil.
Yeah, pen.
Pencil.
Pencil and pen.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Bruh, I'm like a little kid, so we did Apple. I forgot what Apple was.
But
It
you already
starts
know
with
a
an M.
sentence though.
Huh?
You already know a sentence, which is like no hablo inglés.
No hablo. No.
Yeah.
No hablo
inglés.
Inglés.
English.
Yes.
Mhm.
No hablo English.
Yes.
See?
Oh man.
Getting there.
And y'all gonna get that soon, too.
Yes.
Oh,
So,
bro, they got a song called No hablo English.
Yeah, y'all
Yes.
gonna get that
which is
soon.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Dope.
Mhm.
Produced by Wes.
Yes, sir.
Damian is just killing it.
Yep.
And also
Yeah.
featuring CJ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He's the,
shout out
the
CJ,
American
bro.
voice on the track.
Yeah, the American. version.
You know what I'm
We
saying?
have to make the brown and the black community together, bro.
You
in these
heard,
problems, you know?
man?
We all people of color out here.
Yeah.
I am not a person of color, bro.
I look pale, but I should be
We
brown.
human beings.
Right. I don't even. Because, you know, you think about it. Okay, you call me a person of color, right?
Yep.
Okay. If I'm sick, I'm brown.
Yeah.
If I'm feeling good, I'm brown. If I stomp my toe, guess what? I'm brown. Now, I may have a little red in that, but I'm still brown. So,
Same.
now, YouTube, I love y'all to death, but think about this for a second. If a white person gets sick, what color are they?
White.
Like
Nope.
green,
Bro,
yellow.
they turn all kind of shit. They're people of color. White people get sick, they turn purple.
Yeah, like if they go.
Oh,
if-
man.
Blue,
yeah, like,
yellow.
Yeah, blue, yellow, yeah.
Yeah, if they go to the sun, they turn red.
Bruh,
you know, like-
they are people of color. We are, you know, I'm just
What
brown,
are we?
bruh.
Then? Okay.
I'm just brown. I'm brown with a hint of red.
Yeah.
Technically, we're
Same.
all tan.
Same.
We're all human beings.
Bro,
We're all
I'm-
tan.
I am red. I'm brown and red. Like my skin, like visually looks like red.
I love how this is music and we just start talking about colors.
Yes.
But I never liked that people of color thing. I was like, who are they
Well,
talking about?
I
They're like, I'm a
apologize.
person of color. I was like, the hell is that? I was like, I'm black. If anything, I'm
Yeah.
brown, realistically.
Yeah.
I mean, because technically this pole is black,
yeah.
and I don't look like that. So, you know, there's that. And technically, white people aren't white because they would look like that,
Yeah.
which would be weird. White people
Yeah,
are
like-
tan, I'm brown. It's,
Yeah, like tan.
Yeah,
yellowish.
everybody's a-
It
yeah.
depends. It really depends.
We're all human beings, bro, and we love human beings. And that's how that works.
Yeah.
If you ever meet me, the one thing I'm going to tell you when you come here is I don't care what color you are, what race you are, what political affiliation you are. I don't care if you left, right, center, up, down, running around in a circle. I have no idea what all that means, but all I care about is that you love music. If you love music
Yeah.
and you're ready to do this thing that's called music, because we're all. That's what we all the same.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're aliens because we're all.
I'm
musicians.
a legal alien.
Oh,
God damn it.
Damn, man, we ain't gotta.
see, bro.
That's the crazy thing.
But nobody call ice on.
We ain't call it ice.
Y'all want to know a crazy thing?
What?
So
I don't got
work.
the card, but I
well,
can show you that it's
He's like, I got my card.
Yeah,
bro.
it literally says permanent residency alien.
Hey.
Hey, so
He's
I'm
like-
from.
You know, like
Oh man.
Go ahead.
So I'm from Boise, Idaho, and I took a job at a gas station a couple years ago over the summer, and my first day, he was showing me the book of emergency cell phone numbers.
Right.
Guess what was on there?
Ice.
Yeah,
Wow.
on the
Yeah.
Why would
emergency
ice be an emergency cell phone number?
because
Not that-
it's Idaho.
and this is me speaking out of ignorance.
You know how
I don't know.
You know how many like Mexicans came through for like water and like Mountain Dew because
Yeah,
they were
but
all
I'm trying to
working
think. What is the
construction?
emergency?
I don't know, but
If somebody's coming through for water and anything else,
it was
I don't see that
it was
being
on
an
the same
emergency.
list as the police and the sheriff and all that.
What is
So,
it like? Say, bro,
mean-
they buying up all the water.
Right?
Man,
Come get them. Like it
Man.
don't make no.
It doesn't make any sense.
And once again, that's just out of my ignorance because I don't know. So I'm not trying to be funny, YouTube. I'm not trying to be funny. I just don't. know. I don't understand.
That's
a
kind
lot
of
the
wild
crazy-
though. I didn't know like that has to be like a major issue like that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like that. You know.
I look. I don't understand it.
Yeah, and I don't want to
Yeah.
deep in
And
that
America
whole like,
is
a
built.
lot.
America is built on immigrants.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm part Native American, so people could go fly a kite. Because unless you're a Native American, everybody can go jump in the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as people say, everybody can go home. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
Unless
Let's
you're
back
Native
this up.
American, everybody can go home.
Yeah.
Other than
Yeah.
that, shut up. Because nobody's
Here.
historically from here, except my great grandmother was Native American.
Did you see?
Merged with a slave, and that's how that worked.
Did you see the lady? What's her name? Like Eleanor or something? Like she's an old white lady, and she always talks about history.
Oh, yeah.
Did you see
Yeah.
the one where she broke down the map, and America is not in the center like they claim it is? She broke out.
Oh,
the,
yeah.
man.
Oh, the map
And
is,
where the
Wait a
the
where
map
the
is skewed all over the
and then
place.
where she had
Wait.
the
The
equator.
equator,
Oh
yeah.
man, it was so.
Yo, the map is all over. Because they have America the same size as damn near the top
Yes,
of Africa.
and she was saying that Greenland is the same size as South America. And
Yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
No way
It's all a matter of-
possible.
Bruh.
It's all a matter of,
Yeah.
of
But
perspective.
there's
you know?
a reason.
They try
now,
to
She-
make
and she
America look
explained it
big.
there's
like-
a reason why they augmented the map like that. I think. Okay, so this is where FYI, I'm a professor of music, not necessarily topography. So please don't judge me if I get all this wrong, because I can hear you. Yeah, the professor don't know nothing.
No.
I sure don't. Not when it comes to this. But I think it had something to do initially with like how people were maybe navigating, whether it be through sailing or whatever. It was more navigational purposes. And when they did it, that's all I can say on it. I don't know.
She explains it
I'm
very,
not.
very
I
well.
didn't do no
Yeah.
history on it. I have no
Yeah.
clue.
She's always informative. Like
Yo,
like,
she's dope.
wow.
All right,
But-
hold up. So
Go
now,
back to people.
music.
Music.
Earlier, we had a conversation. We were talking about what we talked about earlier. So we took these guys out to get something to eat. We went to Chibo because
Yeah.
Of course.
Shout out
Chibo.
to Chivo.
Night
Chick-fil-A was closed.
Chick-fil-A was facts. We wanted to go to Chibo. They wanted to go to Chick-fil-A.
I wanted
Guess what
Chibo.
was
I didn't want to
closed?
spend the money. That's what it was about.
Guess what was? Wait, hold up. Chibo is only like $12.
The sandwich? Nah, bro. It's like $20 for
No,
one
it's like
sandwich.
13. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much?
It was like 13.
Yeah, how much? What
13.
are you talking
What?
about? $20,
Bro, I swear to God, the first time I got it,
Don't
was like
swear
17.
to God.
Okay.
Swear to somebody else.
Chicken parm was $12.95.
Right. I'm like, come on, bro.
13.
Nah,
But then,
hey,
and you
it's on the
turn
more
the
expensive
Chibo
side,
off,
but it's pretty good.
and then he wouldn't go to Chick-fil-A, pay $12 for a chicken sandwich and some fries.
They are students though, so I get it like that.
No.
No?
No.
Man,
Okay.
I wouldn't.
I'll
I,
try.
I
wanted
didn't
to
want
save
to
a few
repeat. That's why I
dollars,
pick
bro.
it.
I didn't care because
So-
it was good. Because we had it last
And
night
we went
also.
to we went to Chibo
Well, yeah,
last
that's a
night.
good point.
Yes.
So
That's
And
a
I
good,
didn't care.
That's a good point.
Chibo was good.
I've definitely gone to Chibo 2 nights in a row, but
Chibo's an
tonight.
Italian restaurant in New Orleans, but y'all don't know.
And it's
Off
fire.
And it's run
It's
by
off Carrollton in Uptown,
Italians. Yeah, it's
And
run
it's
by
made
Italians.
fresh.
and it's
Made
real
fresh.
damn good.
Yo, facts. We asked for the sandwich. I love how we supposed to be talking about hip hop. Don't matter.
We talk about
We
everything.
talking about Chibo.
Now it become Beats and Eats.
Beats and Eats, bro. Part 1. No, we went there and they were like, oh, we didn't. They were like, we don't have this, that, and the other, and it's gonna take us like
Meatballs.
20,
Longer.
30 minutes to make y'all sandwiches, and we were like, great,
Right.
because they literally
Fresh
made our
chicken.
sandwiches, everything
fresh.
from scratch.
Yep.
I forgot what you call it. Was it
Guess
some
what?
kind of pork, huh? I think it was.
Oh,
pork.
the what's the pork I don't
Uh,
eat? The,
uh,
when we
Cap-
say no cap.
No cap.
Capicola.
That's what she called
It's
it.
capicola.
Capicola.
Yeah,
Capicola.
yeah.
Yep.
And I was like,
You
no,
barely
no cap.
even taste it.
No cap.
It's
Okay, that's
I
what
was
she
like,
exactly
I
what
was
she
like, no
said.
cap, bro.
Yeah, no
The
cap.
Capitola.
No cap.
Because I don't eat pork.
No
for those
cap.
that don't know, so I can. I just get sick, so
Right.
I shouldn't. But
Nah,
Yeah.
but y'all gotta go get the Sicilian from Chibo. It's like the best
yo,
sandwich.
Sicilian is fire. We had what's his name again? The boy, the cat we brought with us, because I'm gonna keep Eric Hicks.
Eric Hicks.
He was like,
Oh,
yeah,
he
man.
loved it.
That boy said, I don't really, like, because he's from
Georgia,
Georgia. He's
somewhere.
From Savannah, Georgia.
Savannah, Georgia. So he was like, he liked Savannah, Georgia food better than New Orleans food. And I was like,
What they got in Savannah?
nah, it's not even what it was. More like, where you been, bro? You been going to them tourist spots? When you come to New Orleans, anybody watching this who's not from New Orleans, when you come to New Orleans, don't go to the tourist spots looking for real New Orleans food, because you're going to get tourist
You
food.
get run for your money.
That's like somebody, that's like me sending somebody to a spot talking about, yeah, get their gumbo. It's great. I don't know. Can you name any restaurant in the city that you would recommend their gumbo over something you or your family member or your grandma or somebody would make? I got nothing. Yeah.
In the city,
See?
the only place is probably Miss Chase.
Okay,
That's probably
it.
it.
Miss Chase.
Now, granted,
Miss Chase.
everybody else's gumbo is it's food. It's restaurant gumbo. And we know what restaurant gumbo tastes like. But then there's like Yo Mama gumbo.
Yep.
Don't taste like restaurant gumbo.
Y'all been to Pierre Maspero's? It's in. I think
That's
I
a
think
very
that's what it's
French
called.
name.
It's in the French. It's in the French Quarter. I
gotta
think it's
say
called.
it.
I think it's called Pierre Maspero.
So if they're pronouncing that name wrong,
I got my phone.
Got
I'm gonna look
nothing.
it up.
it's all good. Look,
I'm out. I'm out. Yeah. I'm out.
All right, so look, we tripping. What's the topic of the day? What we talking about?
I was right.
You was right? All right, you get a cookie. All right, what we talking about today? We got Spin on here with us. So Spin is in the building. What are you talking about, Spin? I
right.
still never went back to what we was talking about, the whole Chibo thing. All right, so for those that don't know, G-Eazy came out of Loyola in this program, right? So we started going back to kind of Drake. And when Drake first really started his run, and how that really started over at Tulane University for Drake, because that was one of the first big shows he did, you know what I mean? And to open, we got G-Eazy, who was a student here at the time, you know what I'm saying, with,
Yeah.
with his boy Fifth Child.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just crazy how I wasn't here then. I was working more or less with Diesel at that time. So for those that know, when Wayne, Diesel did the Carter 3, the Carter 2, most of the mixtapes, the Droughts, all those guys.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever Wayne would go, Diesel on the beat, that was Diesel. And so during that time, when Drake was doing the thing, I was more or less working with Diesel at that point. And Spin called me and was like, yo, well, you could tell part of that story better than I am, because you were already kind of touring with them or
Yeah,
setting up situations.
I was kind of just setting up situations with, knowing Wayne, knowing Cortez, because prior to that, we did a show, and if anybody goes back and look at Katrina, if you look at the State Palace Theater, You know, it was Wayne.
Facts.
You know, but that was the one of the last.
That was one of the last shows.
Shows here, and Cortez at that time was DJing for Wayne, and just kind of taking over some of the stuff that Wayne was, and then Wayne moved to Miami. You know, that whole thing, and
Right.
just coming back. You know, we stayed in touch, and I was
Right.
DJing. You know, off and on radio stations and stuff, and
Right.
I got so far gone, and you know, sent it to
No
me, and
pun
I was like.
intended.
I'm like, this dude is crazy. So I was one of the first people to really embrace, you know, Drake coming, you know, to New Orleans and playing it. And me and Cortez just became friends. So when it came time, you know, and he was, let's book him,
Right.
you know. So, you know,
Bruh.
got a
Hey.
bunch of, you know, people and got somebody to, you know, to book him. And we did it at McAllister,
On
you know,
Tulane.
Tulane. And I need to open the Nax.
Right.
I called
Listen.
everybody I know that was dope.
That boy called me and was like, UP, who you know at Loyola that got open for Drake? And I was like, okay. Because I was working with Fifth Child, and Fifth Child used to come to my studio after he left Loyola.
Mm-hmm.
And he was more or less like a little product, you know, a little Padawan learner. You know what I'm saying? And I called Fifth. I said, Fifth, you at Loyola. I said, now, I know you got a song that just released with you and a guy by the name of G-Eazy. I was like, but my man Spin needs somebody to be on the Tulane show for Drake. And he was like, Drake. Who's Drake? I said, the dude with the Sprite commercials where the ears come out. And he was like, oh, yeah, yo, that joint's fire, right? So he's like, I said, now, you can say you. I said, because I know you probably going to be like, man, I can open for the show. I said, dope. I said, but aside from you, who else you got? And he said, yeah, G-Eazy. He said, that'd be the one cat, because he was like, G-Eazy performing a lot. He was locking down the Willow at that point.
Yeah, he was at. Yeah.
That boy was killing the Willow.
I used to call him the James Dean of rap.
Right.
You know.
Bruh, so he was killing the Willow. He got on the show, and
You know, but it was everybody. It was you, Dapper, De Niro.
yep,
D1 was on the show. Like it was a
yo,
bunch of
crazy.
So
show.
you know, we called anybody that had it, because it wasn't a whole big old budget, but it was still, for everybody to get their shine on and
Right.
to do.
But the way it turned out, though,
It turned out.
I mean, Baby was there.
Yeah, I mean,
Wayne was there.
I was running two. I had a DJ set up on this side. I had a DJ set up on that side.
That boy spent running. He running
Back and
two
forth.
DJ. My question is, why weren't both the DJ sets right next to each other?
Because Drake needed the open stage, and then he had a partial band with
Right.
At that time, the person that was DJing for Drake is now one of his managers now. His nickname is Future. Little short guy, man. Shout out to Future, dope cat. And he was DJing for him, so he needed that little back section
Right.
for him to come out and
Right.
the little.
I want to say I kind of remember that.
He had the keyboard. He had the keyboard. If I remember, I had to go back and look at the pictures. He had the keyboard, DJ, and I can't remember if it was a guitar or something else, bass on that side.
Right.
And then Future would play the tracks, and they play over it, of course.
Right.
And then I had the other on the other side. I had the controller, DJ controller for me to play.
Right.
Y'all stuff and
Right,
because I was on
right.
the other side playing, records.
Yo, that show was wild, bro. That was a heck of
So-
a show. But the reason I brought that up is because we were like, I had a moment. I was like, yo, realistically, Loyola and Tulane really helped out Drake, and technically there would be no G-Eazy
Not at
Without
all.
Loyola.
without Loyola.
Exactly.
Nope.
So,
Yeah.
shout out to us, bro. We're dope for those that don't know. And that was me and you helping Loyola out before I even thought
Yeah,
about coming here to do anything. Because that was like years later where,
But I always had a connection to Tulane and Loyola because I used to DJ back in like the early '90s, the basketball team,
Right,
the parties over there. So the connection, and then, my wife's best friend Rachel, she graduated. She's alumni from here, so I've always had a connection on DJing. Matt Nice on the Tulane radio station, Jeff B, running that station over there. Just the history that goes back to just what's on on the campus. It's always been that one that
Right.
just embraced hip hop and stuff.
Right.
you know.
I thought it was funny because when I graduated from Grambling in '99, one of the first studios I worked out of was here at Loyola on the second floor, and I was producing an artist by the name of Bionic Brown
Bionic, oh man.
with Renaissance Records when they
Yes.
was out of here.
Yep.
And Bass Heavy.
Bass Heavy.
That's when I met Bass Heavy.
Yeah, Bass was
Working
so
with
dope.
Bionic Brown. Bass out in
He's out in Houston.
Houston now, right?
Yeah, he's teaching too.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's crazy. Like, I've always done stuff at Loyola, not realizing that I was going to, at some point, make a decision to be here.
Right.
So, it's kind of weird. So, shout out to Loyola once again, bro. It's weird. It was like, you know, I have no problem telling people that I told God I was never going to teach, wasn't going to do that. And God was like, okay. And he gave me the years in the industry I wanted, doing what I want to do. And he was like, okay, now it's time for you to go to Loyola.
Yeah, I think after
And that happened.
I think after Katrina, a lot of things shifted.
Yeah.
You know, you going to Diesel, then you going to Arizona. You know, during that time over there, and that whole time.
Then,
You know, and then coming back and you know helping us out with just mixing and general vocals and you know
Bruh.
giving us the guidance that you learned. You know, doing your thing, and it just kind of just fell in place.
shout out to the Salt Mine in Arizona, Salt Mine Recording Studios. I said the Salt Mine the other day. Somebody was like, the Salt Mine?
Yeah.
Why you want a student to intern at a salt mine? I was like, bruh. I said, yo, he got his pickaxe and getting ready to go.
Yep.
I'm like, no, fam, it's a
funny.
recording studio. So shout out to the Salt Mine and Don Salt out there. He's a really good friend of mine. We did a lot of work, a lot of good work out there. DMX working with everybody, bro. Working with so many cats out
Wow.
there. On Alicia Keys, Swiss, Judge Judy.
No way.
So she would come to the studio and do like ad libs for the show and different things.
That's
Like,
hilarious.
wow.
That's crazy.
Ice-T used to show up every now and then, do some stuff. Yo, it was great. It was a great spot out there, bro.
I used to get mad. I was like, man, when y'all coming back, man? Y'all left me.
Yo,
Y'all
facts.
left me.
When I tell you, man, the house I had out there,
Ooh.
bruh, sick.
Yeah,
I had 2 tour buses in the driveway, fam.
What?
What?
Yeah, it was nice.
That was
Two tour
yeah,
buses.
bro.
And then they wanted him to stay. They wanted UP to stay, man.
Right. I just
Yeah.
I felt something was wrong. You know, I had that, what is that, crisis of conscience
Yeah, I mean, you know,
moment in life where it was like, I was UP for too long.
yeah, you know, you had that decision where, you know, moms and I mean, even though they did
Yeah.
offer you a great salary and
Oh, yeah.
a bunch of money and
money was nice.
you know, and
Money was real nice.
but, you know,
Money was real nice.
you get that missing home and
Money was
moms
real
and
nice.
moms coming
Did I
back. and,
mention that money? No, it's not.
but money's not.
And that's what taught me
Yeah.
that money's not everything, bro. People make out money to be like this thing, like you gotta. I had the house, the money, everything, and was like, yeah, I'm good. I want to go home. Real
Yeah.
talk. And they were like, we really want you to stay, this, that, and the other. I was like, yeah, I love y'all to death, but I'm going home. And I needed to come home. And I found out when I got home is that it was the conundrum of being UP for like almost 15 years. And I forgot who Lavelle was.
Yeah, you know, so
And I needed to figure out who Lavelle was again.
and I tell people that all the time. You know, you got to find yourself. Like, yeah, we
That's
need
it.
money.
Yeah,
need-
fam.
We need money to pay bills. We need, you know, but I mean, it comes and goes. You know.
Right.
And I tell people like, you either got time, you got no money, you know, or vice versa. You got
Right.
money and no time, you know. So
Facts,
it's just,
facts.
you know, so you got really balance the two and what you want in life.
You know what's funny is also I saw myself age. I had a moment where I was literally coming out the bathroom. You know, coming out the bathroom, you walk past the mirror, right? And I walked past the mirror and I just had a moment where I stopped and I looked in the mirror and was like, who is that dude? You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, I aged like, it looked like I aged 10 years in like a couple months. And I was like, God damn,
You-
what is happening?
But you get to that point in your life, like you said, you're dealing with. I mean,
Man.
you was running a lot of
I
shit.
was running.
You know, it
so
comes to
much.
me like, how long am I gonna do? You know, the hood clubs. You know, like when am I
Facts.
gonna? You know, like how, you can only stay in that.
Facts.
You know, that scene for so long until you got to grow at sometimes, and that's the point that you're talking about. That
Yeah.
you know.
I think this is a good way. So you said something really interesting earlier. You said that fame and fortune does not dictate success. Was that something that you had to figure out? Was there a moment where you like realized that? Kind of like UP, like with the money and everything. Like, was there a moment where you were like, yeah, wow, that's not everything that matters?
I mean, I guess being on the road and seeing it, it wasn't something that attracted me. I mean, if you kind of know UP, and UP's the same way as I'm kind of a back person, even though I DJ.
Right.
But I'm what they call to fix the problems.
Yeah.
The finisher to do. I solve the problems because that's what you have to do.
Right.
So like.
It's like, what's his name that we go to NAMM with? Who built all the studios?
Dupree, yeah.
He like Dupree. Dupree is one of those guys in the industry that like you guys have probably never heard of.
Jermaine?
You get no.
No.
You guys have
had to be
probably
clear.
never heard of him. But if you talk to anybody in the industry who's anybody in the industry,
I'm talking about high up people, like people
Yeah.
that UP has talked to that have, multi-million-dollar businesses on designing and coming up to technology. Like we were talking to the guy Sergio and them on
shout out to
designing
Walter
it.
Historic Design Group.
So when I say the word pre was what I call him pre.
Yeah,
It takes them a minute to register. So when they realize who I'm talking
they're
about,
like,
we know.
Yeah.
We know that this man is.
yeah.
He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's doing
Yeah.
because
He's one of those people. Shout out Dupree, bro.
he's one of them Matrix people.
Facts.
He is.
He's Smith, Mr. Smith. He's
is
the one
one.
who on the earpiece who be talking to Smith.
Yeah,
The one we never knew who that was. He'd just be like,
he's that guy.
that's Dupree.
Yes,
So yeah, bro.
Crazy.
and solve and that's kind of where I got my knowledge of solving things from him and working with him, and being like, okay, like calm down. Calm down. Everybody gets in a panic, and no, we can fix it. Just give us a second to think about it.
Facts.
We'll get it done. And that's kind of been my demeanor over the years. I'll get phones in the middle of me getting spin, man, calm down. That's what you do. Go there. I mean,
Facts.
UP knows it. I get the call
Yep.
all the time, and and I just solved the problem. Like, look. Fabe, big Fabe. We do Fabe pop.
Sure.
Call me in the middle of the night,
Right.
10, 11 o'clock at night. Spin. Calm down, Fabe.
Right.
Calm down. We're gonna do it, and we knock
That
we
boy
knock it
Spin
out.
called me. I was like, okay, yeah, let's make it happen, bro.
We'll do it.
And in my head, I was like, I have no idea how we gonna make this happen.
I remember that.
But I was like,
Yeah, and we were on the middle
I
of
remember
the,
that.
like
We were in the
doing
middle
this
of
rap,
class.
facts.
and we were like, okay,
Yo,
And he's
Figuring
like, I
it
gotta
out.
do a
Hey,
thing.
just so
in 2
y'all
hours.
understand, everything y'all see in here was kind of built for
The
this
podcast.
ESPN situation,
Yeah.
and everything you seeing is working and is on. This isn't like for show, and these are professional, like these are SM7Bs. He's using the shout out to United Audio, and my man Dan over there,
87.
Pilmer, who's the CEO. That's the United Twin 87. Great microphone. He built that mic and builds all the United mics. Shout out to Sure with these. I gotta give my shout out to Focusrite.
Yeah.
I got sponsors, right?
Yeah.
All right, so shout out to Focusrite
Brief moment
because
for the sponsors.
everything we're doing right now, for those that don't know, is being run through the Focusrite RedNet system via Dante. So everything you're hearing on these mics is running through. We're running through the Golden Age Audio. We got a Lindell Audio mic pre, Golden Age Audio mic pre, The rest of my pre's are running through the MP8R, which is by Focusrite. All of that is running via Dante into Logic Pro. I was going to use Pro Tools, but this iMac's a little older, and I was like,
Yeah.
Pro Tools
Just a
might
little
be a little
stiff.
too
A little
Too
too
much.
much.
too much for this
Yeah.
the classic baby. Like we over here, we ain't trying to go that
Yeah.
hard. So
Yeah.
and then we're running
Did
all
the
of that
job.
out to the X2P, which is another Focusrite RedNet piece of gear, and we're going line out from the X2P straight into the cameras. So we get our left and right signals. So that's how you're hearing this beautiful audio.
Yes.
sir.
We're also running simple EQs on everybody's voice, and I ran simple limiters on everybody's voice just so we don't peak.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
Because
clip.
peaking in
Yep.
digital is probably not the
It's
Yeah.
not the
greatest thing to
best.
do because it
Nope.
just goes,
Yeah,
and we don't want that.
exactly.
So, just in case anybody wanted to know what we're actually using here, and the thing is, every week we're probably gonna have something different because I'm consistently changing the room, changing the
Yeah.
microphones.
Bro,
I don't care.
Those
Figuring
preamps,
it out.
They weren't even in here.
Yeah,
till,
no.
like,
Last
a
time it
minute
was
ago.
just
Yeah, there was nothing in this
There was
side.
yeah, there was
Yeah.
nothing here.
This
It was only the
right
inputs.
before
Yeah, it was
before
only the-
Fave came for the first time. That's when they put it in there.
Yeah.
Just give me
Like,
one day, bro. I'm
right.
gonna make it work,
Right.
Yeah,
And
we
we-
could- you know.
bruh. But yeah, so I guess, do y'all have any questions for Spin or me? Since this is, I want it to be more focused about like because you guys are kind of gonna represent or are representing the 21, 22, 23-year-olds out there. I don't know what a 22, 23, 24-year-old, or even a 19 or 18-year-old, I don't know what they want to ask me. Or I don't know what they would want to ask
So
Spin.
my last answer to
Or
Wes
ask
is,
you guys.
is Wes is respect and loyalty. There's a lot of things. Money, greed divides up a lot of things. So if you can say that me and UP been friends for
Facts.
whatever, and just being honest with the person. If I have something for UP, I'll tell him what it is, lay it out. If he wants to do it, he doesn't. I'll ask him, man, I really need your help.
Right.
So it's a respect.
And if
so,
I can't do it, I'm honest and say I can't do it.
or he'll leave me like, no, but I'll get somebody, or
Right.
we'll figure out the
And that's what's really
solution.
important is not to lie to each other. And I
Oh,
tell
yeah.
y'all that whatever you do, don't
Yeah.
lie to me.
Because you're gonna find that out, and people will sell you $1 million dream. You got to know where to go through the bullshit and see, what's real and what's not. Because
Facts.
you dealt with real people.
Facts.
Yeah.
So it's 112. What y'all got?
Okay. If I'll go, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
For
got one.
UP, so
I just work here.
what's some advice you could give me as an engineer? What's some good advice you could give me?
Oh, that's
as
easy.
me trying
To become a better engineer? Is that what you're asking?
Absolutely, because that after the recent situations, I have.
Okay. Shout out to my man Sean Keys.
Shout out Sean Keys, bro.
Right.
Shout out Sean Keys,
That
man.
just brings
Just
nah, bro.
hold on, man. I'm asking.
It brings
because,
nightmares to you, bro.
dog. I'm asking a genuine question. Like I'm being real genuine because like this is the position
And we
I'm
have
in.
to make a short
I-
content from this.
I'm leaving.
Right.
From this.
I'm
moment.
leaving in 2 months.
Right.
I graduate in 2 months.
Right.
Probably going to graduate school.
Right.
But beyond that, like I'm gonna have to find a job,
Facts.
and engineering that's really why I became a TA. Da da da. But anyways, that's why I'm asking, like, how do I become,
Okay.
or just some advice
Well,
on
Number
being a
one.
better engineer.
number one, you have to train your ears. Nothing is going to, and this is not just for you, this is for anybody out there watching, listening, or whatever. It's first you have to train your ears because you got to know what you're hearing and understand how to even interpret or interpolate what you're hearing to say, oh, okay. So just like anything, if you're a basketball player and you want to be great, you study the greats, right? So I'm an engineer, so I studied the greats. My number one producer, I'm an engineer and a producer, right? My number one producer is who? You
Dre.
got who? Who?
Dre.
For hip hop, but who's my number one? Dre's not my number one. Dre's number two
Timberland.
technically.
Timberland.
No,
No. No, it's that other dude.
That's the dude. I love it.
Man.
Quincy?
No.
That's he said
Well,
no.
he's
That's
cool.
hilarious.
Well, I know. Of course, we know Quincy, man. Shout out Quincy.
Quincy
But
is
I
my
know who you.
Quincy is my number one producer.
That's the number one.
That's the number one.
Okay.
Quincy
I thought it was
Jones.
I thought it was somebody else. Okay.
No.
All
Quincy,
right. You got a
who's
lot.
better-
You got a lot of people on your
who's
wall,
better
bro.
than
So,
Quincy Jones,
I'm
bro?
going to answer
I
this. So,
apologize for the most because we might probably gonna be like in another short content form, like exposed or some stuff like that from the industry.
hey, it's all good.
So you know.
But hey, you were gonna say something.
yeah, so my favorite engineer is Jimmy Douglas.
Oh, Jimmy Douglas is crazy, and
Yes.
that's our friend.
I think that's who I was thinking.
Oh,
So-
well, yeah,
so,
Jimmy.
yeah, Jimmy.
Well, Jimmy's our friend.
Yeah,
Also.
he's our friend. But as far as knowledge and,
And
you look at
Quincy's not an engineer.
he's
Quincy's a producer.
Yeah.
So yes,
You were talking
Jimmy
from an engine-
Douglas is definitely
he is a true engineer.
yeah,
He's mixed everything from Cold as Ice to Jay-Z.
right.
You know, so
To
he's
Justin Timberlake.
yeah,
too.
everything in
Yeah.
between. So
So
not
Jim-
only classic rock, but dance music,
Right.
pop
Jimmy
music.
Douglas is the guy that you show in class.
Yes,
right?
he
yeah.
he needs an intern. So one of you guys, if not one of you guys, but one of you.
And
guys
you got to remember that Jimmy is he's a hard person. Like he's really
right.
he when you leave Jimmy, you will learn. You will be
First of all, if you leave Jimmy, you're guaranteed
yes.
somewhere
Danger,
making a lot of
Marcello, like he's had so many people that has entered.
And I forgot the woman's name who just left him, but she's killing the game.
Oh, your girl.
What's her name? You know
I know
what I'm talking
exactly
about.
who you talk
I
about.
can't remember her name. But
She's working with Pharrell.
Yes, she's
What?
killing the game.
Yes.
Pretty
bruh.
cool.
Bruh.
That's really, really cool.
So yeah, Jimmy Douglas is one of my favorites.
And then Dupree is actually running Marcello and Danger Hands' spot.
right.
So that's another another thing. But I mean, you
Andrew
have to.
Shep's one of my good friends, and he's fire. So I mean, Rick Rubin is just unorthodox greatness. He's the dude that's gonna bring a buffalo in there, but then mix around the buffalo. I don't
It's
know.
his ear. It's his.
Yeah,
you
he's
know.
got that ear though. That's what I'm saying. You gotta train your ear before you can do anything else, and then you have to also take the. You gotta take the time, be patient, and understand that everything you're gonna learn is going to take 10,000 hours to learn it great. And what you guys tend to do is you'll learn what an EQ does. You say, okay, cool, EQ, got it, and you spend maybe 100 hours learning an EQ, which is great. So you can EQ certain things, which is cool, but you never master EQing because you didn't take the full 10,000 hours and really dedicate to training your ear, understanding really how to manipulate a frequency, what a cue really does, what the filters are really doing, how they really are sonically affecting a record or a song. Also, one of the things that I do in urban music too is teaching you the difference between all those different EQs. Like, why do I choose to use a SSL EQ over a Neve EQ sometimes? Sometimes, why would I choose certain types of API EQs over other EQs? Why would I use, and then talk same thing with compressors. Why use a LA2A over an 1176? What's the difference between the black 1176 versus the blue stripe 1176 versus the purple
11.
I'm
11.6
still
versus
trying to figure all that out.
the and I don't have it in this room, but the bluey,
yeah,
Yeah.
you
I
know,
know what you're talking about. The
you know
one
what
in
I'm saying?
Studio B.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
the
like,
little one.
Yeah.
and once you can really start training your ear to just hear all of these things, and then also taking the time to understand proper EQing, proper mix, proper compression, proper panning, what gain staging really means, like how simple that is, how to really manipulate a reverb without it sounding like you in an amphitheater every time you turn on a record, but really having it sound like the reverb, like you're really in that
It was-
space in that environment.
It was
Those
you know,
are the things.
It was
Yeah, go ahead.
practicing like when Jake graduated. Jake would come by the studio. He would dig through my stuff and find these
Yo.
multi tracks of these
Bruh.
stems, and he
Yo.
would bring it back to Loyola,
and just
and he would be here till what 5-6 o'clock in the morning,
just mixing.
and he would
the old
dissect
classic
the
records.
old classic hip hop records, and then he'd take the record that was actually, you know, the highest file in the AIFF file or a WAV file, and he compare it, you know, in the was it the master of the mix, the
Yes.
reference
Yes.
plug-in, and he would
Right.
mix it until he got it
And-
right, you know, and or
And you
close
know
enough.
how some of your TA tests was, and this is, so if you want to be one of my TAs, just so you know, there's a gauntlet of things you have to go through. But one of the things that I give some of them, I don't do it for everybody, is I'll give them like records. Like I gave one student Till She Lose Her Voice.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a Wayne record that Spin and DJ White did. And I had them mix that. Some students get the Outkast record.
Yeah,
I still
Yeah.
want that.
I think I
still-
gave.
Yeah, I
I think I
remember you
recently
gave me
gave
that.
you.
Right.
I
Oh,
remember you gave
man.
me that.
Right. So I give different people different, and it's like, show me that you know how to mix.
Yeah, well,
And it's I gave somebody a Marvin Gaye record.
Yeah, I got Marvin Gaye. And
Yeah.
I know that, and then I gave you the Pro Tools session for the Dua Lipa record.
Dua Lipa, yes.
And then
Oh,
Jake took a bunch of
what?
records. I know he took the Punks Jump Up to Get Beat
Yeah,
Down,
yeah, yeah,
and a
yeah.
bunch of other hip hop records that he took. You know,
But
that Dua Lipa session was what, like 100
Yeah,
and something.
yeah.
It was
Right.
crazy.
right.
You know?
But here's the thing, like, so once again to answer that question, it's like when I gave the student the Marvin Gaye record, and I'm like, okay, work on this, and you know, let me see how you mix this record. And at no point did he ever, now this is a Marvin Gaye record, at no point did he ever reference the original Marvin Gaye song with what he was mixing. So he just did some random mix. And I'm like, at what point did you not say to yourself, you know, I should probably open Apple Music, listen to the real one, and then kind of study what the real one sounds like, and then continually reference what I'm doing to what the real one sounds like, and try to make mine sound as close as possible to this one, given the knowledge that I have. And at no point did he do that. So I'm playing the record. This one sounds totally stupid. Then I'm playing this one, and I'm just like, really, bruh? So I'm like playing it, and I stop, and I'm just like, so, okay. And I play the real Marvin Gaye record, and I'm like, so does that sound like that? And he's like, no. And I'm like, so what are we doing? And his thing was, well, you know, I was like, I don't care what you were trying to do. I said, what does the song need? What did the song demand of you? You didn't follow nothing of what the song did. You did what you wanted to do. You was like, you know what? I'm going to mix Marvin Gaye how I want to mix Marvin Gaye.
And
it was terrible.
you
You can't do that.
And one thing that I always ask you is like, it's really intimidating when you open up that session and you see,
Bruh.
you know, it all over the place,
Right.
you know, and it's like, wow, like, how do I deal with, you know, where do I start to begin with, you know, and that confidence just to find
to begin, that first step.
you know?
Yeah, that first step.
Okay. How long do you think it took you to find your confidence in your skills as an engineer and producer?
I'm terrible at mixing, bruh. I'm still finding it.
I'm gonna step out of the room.
I'll tell you when I knew. When he came back from the salt mine. When he came back from Arizona, I started to really hear how UP was mixing vocals and how he was dealing with DAP and all these other artists that he was dealing became the engineer, you know, and I tell, you know, I put him up, you know, with any top person that does vocals and
because one thing I always think about with myself is like I always question if like I'm behind, but then I'm like, well, I've only been doing it for like
Yeah.
a few years.
Well, it's not. It's
So-
not a race like that though, where it's like I'm behind. Because who are you racing against? Technically, I mean,
Yeah.
like your race is more or less against yourself.
Yeah.
You need to just make sure you're dope, and whatever that takes. Everybody's not going to run the race at the same speed. Some people are going to just be geniuses at it out the gate, and you're going to try to figure out how in the hell did you even. How are you getting mixes to sound like that, and you don't even really know what you're doing, and your mixes sound way better than me, and I know what I'm doing, and I'm still not at a certain point. Some people are just have what you call an X factor, that X gene, you know. It
And-
just happens like
and-
that.
and-
sometimes.
and a
Don't rush it.
And the thing, like when I talk to Jimmy all the time and we run into him and Nam and stuff, he's spin. You still on that analog shit, And he sold his board,
Yo,
so
facts.
he's in the box and he's got his analog stuff that he uses in his rack, but he's so proficient now in the box that he doesn't need the SSL no more. He can go somewhere and if he needs it, he can go do it because he knows. But he's like, man, I do this with my,
Right. But see, that's what I was telling y'all. Like, if I don't have my SSL, it's fine because I have the same SSL tools that I know how to use it because I was trained on the SSL 4000, and I understand what a SSL 9000 sounds like, and I really understand what a Neve console sounds like. So I can emulate that to the best of what technology allows us to do in the box. Now, me personally, I'm one of those guys that I like hybrid mixing. I love hybrid mixing. I like to mix in the box and then do kind of some analog summing type situation. Or even I might mix the rhythm section and then send that to the SSL. I might, you know what I'm saying? So I'm doing like stems from the box straight to the SSL, but then the SSL is more or less like the icing on top of the cake. You know what I mean? So, but that's once again is from years of understanding a thing and doing it. Now, how long is it gonna take you? That's really on
That's
you.
on me.
Because you got to think about it. If you want to become, and you know me, I love using sports analogies. If you want to become a great basketball player, and you only play ball when y'all go to the gym once a week or twice a week, then you can only get so good by doing that. Now, will you be better than Damian if Damian's going to the gym every day and working out, 3 additional hours of the day and this, that, and the other? So now he in the gym dunking on you and you, and you still trying to figure out how to do a layup, So
But
it's just practice, bro. You got to practice. And I mean, I'm going to say every day, but at the same time, I like to be realistic about things. And you'll learn that about it. I don't like to lie to you guys. There's a lot of times we've lied to you in the past, and a lot of artists and engineers and people like that lie to you guys all the time. I try to keep it as real as possible because I'm a human being. So I'm not going to tell y'all I make, 20 beats a day anymore because I don't, because I have a super duper relaxing life right now. And I'm not trying to make 30 beats a day. I used to do that dumbness. I'm not doing that anymore right now. I'm
You're
relaxed.
in cruising mode.
Yeah, man. Why am I making that many beats a day? I don't need to. I'm more a la carte records now. Oh, you need a beat? All right, cool. Let's rock it. Get in the studio. Let's get the people around me who can help me, and let's do the thing. You know what I mean? I'm not.
you became Quincy Jones.
Well, okay. So first of all, I am not that dope.
No.
But
you're good at direction. You're good at direction. You're a good leader.
Yes.
That's what
Quincy's
the point.
my Mount Rushmore man on the hill.
How did you study him?
How?
Yeah.
You gotta listen to him.
Just listening?
Listen to everything, bro. I mean, bro, I went so far as when I was doing the Rap Pack back in the day, I got YouTube videos and stuff like that of Quincy when he was the music director for Frank Sinatra. And the band
Dean
was
Martin
like,
and Sammy Davis Jr.
yeah, the band was like Count Basie. And, you know what I mean? Like, and Quincy's on stage like, a 1 and a 2 and a da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow. And everybody in the band is like legends at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's when I talk about studying how somebody does a thing. That's what I'm talking about. You got to know everything. I love when Quincy produced like George Benson. You know what I'm saying? And what he did with that. And I love when Quincy did, you know, all these other beautiful records that he's done over the damn century. You know what I'm saying? So I just studied it. And we ain't going to talk about Michael Jackson.
Because that goes back to, you know, coming back to here when,
Bruh.
you know, when you know, Snyder was the, you know.
Don Snyder.
Yes. So Snyder
my
had
dog.
he had all the sessions, off the wall sessions. So when we found that out, we damn near lost our mind.
Bruh,
He would
John
pull up these Pro Tools sessions, and everything is there. So
I think Jake showed me one.
and you could that was one of the few that I had.
Yeah.
That wasn't what Snyder had.
Oh.
Snyder had
Right. Snyder had
oh.
the real
Real
reels,
stuff.
like of Stevie Wonder reels.
yes.
Like
Oh, wow.
the real, the
Yes.
2-inch reel. Nah, the funny part, and I'm gonna say this to the people listening. The funny part is Snyder had, and John Snyder, just so you know, ran Atlantic Records jazz division for 40 years. So he's that guy. He
So that's
found
That's
Etta
how I know.
James
That's how.
and
Yeah.
produced her.
So Jimmy Douglas used to engineer
Facts.
for Atlanta.
Okay.
So it's just,
It goes
bruh,
back the circle.
you know.
I see.
And you got to think, now this is me, right? I think I'm, you know, a little hot stunting. And I meet John Snyder and I'm like, I'm nothing against this guy. Because I'm listening to his Grammy nominations are like on a staircase at his old home. And it's just the whole staircase. It had a spiral staircase, right? That goes from the first to the second floor. And the entire spiral staircase is nothing but Grammys and Grammy nominations.
What
And
a
it's just
flex.
the from floor to ceiling, floor to ceiling, floor to ceiling, floor to ceiling, floor to ceiling.
He used to have field trips to his house.
The boy got
Field trip.
he has a Stevie Wonder autograph.
Oh,
He has a
wow.
bunch of Stevie Wonder autographs. Now I want you to think about that for a second. Stevie Wonder's blind. He has Stevie Wonder's autograph. How? How, Sway? Do you know how Stevie Wonder autographs? And if anybody doesn't tell you this, they lying.
I wouldn't know. I don't know.
How do you think? Any idea? Do you know?
in Braille.
No.
Maybe
Stevie
with,
Wonder-
with his
yeah,
mouth.
that was the only thing that was happening
Stevie
online.
Wonder autographs baseballs with his thumbprint.
Oh wow!
Oh, I heard that.
Bruh.
Oh, I heard that somewhere.
Stevie Wonder literally
Oh,
takes a
yeah.
baseball,
Yeah.
uses his thumb and autograph, and
Yeah.
that's a Stevie Wonder autograph.
Why baseball?
I don't know Stevie like that, so I can't just say I know.
Yeah,
that.
we need a
I remember
backstory
that
on
though.
I'm sure there's
That's
a
crazy.
reason why, but
yeah.
that boy Snyder, I'm looking at all these baseballs. I'm like, what the hell? Why they got fingerprints on them? He's
Ah.
like, no, that's
And that's
Stevie
crazy because
Wonder.
we always see Stevie Wonder at Nam.
I'm like, bro,
We missed him, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all missed him?
When I heard he was there, everybody
Yeah.
was talking about he was
Yeah.
there.
He's always
I think
there.
Me and Wyatt was we was in a class or something. we
What's his
just
name?
didn't see
What?
him.
Who was there with us? Wes.
Wyatt.
Wyatt.
Wes.
No, Wyatt.
He's
Wyatt.
Wes.
Wyatt. I'm Wes.
Somebody, no, Wyatt. Somebody
Yeah.
took a picture.
Will. You mean Will?
Yeah,
Oh, Will was there. Yeah.
Yeah, Will took a
Oh,
picture.
you talking about? Yeah.
Will
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 was
was
literally like Stevie was here, Will was right here, and he took a picture of like Stevie.
I think I did see. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, I missed him.
Okay.
Me and Wyatt we
Yeah,
went to
'cause I
so
was
many
like, wait,
classes,
where's-
bro.
Will
So many.
graduated.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what. Yeah, I was
Yeah,
about to say
yeah.
like the guy who graduated.
Yeah, that was Will.
That's
Will.
Will.
Will,
Harrington.
Wyatt, and Wes.
The three
W's.
W's.
Now,
The three
you can
W's.
understand
Yeah,
why
I was
they-
struggling. I was struggling that weekend with their
Right,
names.
Will, Wyatt, and Wes, bro. It's like what? W.
The three Musketeers.
The three Musketeers, bruh. All right, so we've been talking for a
It's
while.
Damian's turn, bro. It's
What you got,
Damian's
Damian?
turn.
You ask yours, and then we'll wrap it up after that. But there's
Okay.
no. I'm chilling, so we good.
Okay.
We're gonna at some point set a time limit on this podcast, but
Yeah.
right now we just winging it.
Okay. So I think from your expertise,
Mhm.
for your knowledge in the industry, and like, because what is the thing that you be seeing the most that is just lacking right now that is just needed to be for younger generations to be and have the success that older generations had before?
Easy. Know your history. You got to know the history, bro. And like I'll give it to you really easy. On what's the joint? Turn TV off, right?
Yeah.
Who's the verse that Kendrick recites when he first starts rapping again? After he goes mustard, who's that verse from?
Like in the very beginning of the song?
No, when he
No,
goes
it's on the
mustard,
second part.
the second part. What's the verse? Who's that verse from? He didn't write that verse. The verse part of his verse. Who's that from? Do you know?
No, I do
Nope.
not know.
See,
But
that's why.
it comes from a dude. I remember that it comes from someone
definitely
who's
comes from a dude.
yeah. But no. That
I
says
got
that
you,
the TV, the
I'm
TV
teasing.
is not about to be televised.
Yeah, but
The revolution is not about. to be televised.
I'm telling y'all that because like
Oh, wait. You talking about NWA?
no,
No.
bruh.
Ah,
I quit, bruh. All right.
never
So
mind.
once again, this is what I'm talking about. If I was in the rock genre, right, and somebody was playing for me like the Beatles, or Pink Floyd, or Metallica, or Aerosmith, or Jimi Hendrix, or I keep going, but U2, anybody, and would you ever hear a rock cat be like, man, they old? We don't play that old music.
Probably not.
You'd never hear that, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a respect and a reverence for those people. And there's a respect and a reverence for what they did. Now, in hip-hop, we talk about Afrika Bambaataa, Run DMC, Grandmaster Flash, Marley Marl, Melly Mel, Cool G-Rap, Easy Mo B. Like, I could just keep going down the list of De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
All these groups and these people, Busta Rhymes has been around since like '89 with Leaders of the New School.
Yeah, Kumo D,
You know what I'm saying?
Eric B. and
Kool
Rock,
D, Eric B. and Rock.
Big Daddy Kane.
Come on, bro. Like, y'all need to study those rhymes and those raps because knowing that is just going to help you in this craft. Like, I studied, and I still study till this day, Quincy, Michael Jackson, and I'm a hip-hop producer, but I'm studying them to make records that we do now. You know what I mean? So you have to, there's no art form on the planet that you can't study in and be successful in. I just don't see it. And hip-hop is the only one that kind of lets people slide with mediocrity. And if you want to be great, like I guarantee you, K-Dot, you know how people be breaking down a Kendrick verse?
Yeah. And
But Kendrick knows bruh, like I told you, I'll tell you this. When I met A$AP Ferg and we were doing the radio edits for New Level, right?
Mhm.
Ferg walked in the studio, my first time ever meeting him. I didn't know much about him. I knew the Shabba song. I knew a little bit about A$AP Mob, but I didn't know that much about him, bruh. I met Ferg. He walked in the studio. He had on, the workout shirts, how you could cut the sleeves sometimes and you might cut down here. So it's kind of frilly.
yeah.
Because I used to do that. And he walks in with his shirt on that was cut like that because he had been working out. Shout out to Ferg. He comes in the studio, but the shirt has Biggie on it.
Oh,
And
yeah, I
I'm like-
remember that. I remember.
And I'm
that.
like, man. So it was my first time meeting him. And I'm like, man, what you know about Biggie, bro? And here's how me and Ferg bonded. Ferg literally looked at me, took a pause, and just broke out in a Biggie verse. And so we never met each other. But now he's spitting Biggie. So now I'm joining in with him spitting Biggie. And we both just spitting Biggie. And now all of a sudden we like feel like long lost friends or something. You know what I'm saying? Because the connection was immediately made off of, because I was like, as a, everybody calls me like an OG. So as an old cat in the game, an older person in the game, I'm respecting him for knowing Biggie enough to be able to spit bar for bar, like with the passion, intention, and everything. And then I'm looking at him also like, bro, that's great that you know that. So my level of respect for Ferg went from 0 to 100 in like less than 5 seconds.
But
You feel what I'm saying?
that's that generation, and then Biggie's. I don't know. I don't know if it's Ferg's because I met Ferg a couple of times and with Manny and a bunch of things.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
I don't know
shout out to Manny.
if it was his dad or his uncle. Actually, is the one who designed the Bad Boy logo.
Yeah,
Oh,
because he
word,
used to
word,
make.
word, word.
He used to make. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he
It
has a
was,
lot of
he had
a shirt
lot.
press
He has a
Was
lot
that
of his.
Yams or Yams was because it was
ASAP Yam.
yeah, it was something about Yams.
That's their friend.
Yeah, but it was a situation with Yams also.
I think it was
Something with
something.
Yams happened, and then I could be confusing it all up because I apologize, Ferg, if I'm screwing this story up, but
They all knew
but
each
Ferg
other
designed
somehow.
a lot of stuff
He
himself. Because Ferg is the one who did a lot of the
ASAP Mob.
all of that
Yeah.
designer stuff,
Yeah.
and these boys had betting and stuff that said ASAP Mob on it and stuff like that. I was like, bro.
So Ferb's been around hip hop since he probably was
Right.
a baby.
But you know me, I still had to.
check him.
No, but here's the kicker. I'm asking them about like how they came up with that sound, and they were like, man, because I'm like, yo, I work with, some of the Killer Bees with, and he's like, yo, he said, really, Rocky. He's like, when Rocky and them were making those records back in the day, he said they were really just trying to redo Wu-Tang. They were just trying to make Wu-Tang beats. That's it. But you got to think about it. If you got a young cat who has limited gear and they just having fun and they like, yo, we love these Wu-Tang beats and they try to make it. Now, go back and listen to A$AP Rocky's first album.
I love it.
You go be like,
I wrote a whole thing on it.
you go be like, yo, this is so them trying to make Wu-Tang beats.
Yeah.
It's crazy. When he told me that, I was like, I get it. I called my man Samo Hung. Sam was like, yo, he calling RZA like, yo, God. I can't do the New York accent.
Yeah.
I can't. I love y'all New York, but I can't do it.
Rocky's my favorite rapper, by the way.
Bruh, man, it's wild. Like these stories, man, that we've been a part of, and this, so you guys got to learn that. Respect the culture, respect the heritage of things. Like when I remember, I forgot who it was. It was like one of the younger cats that was in that 2016 class came out and said something about, like old heads or, these cats are old, we young, and we making money and this, that, and the other. And it's like, yes, you are, but you would not be making that money or doing those things without what we went through and
So
the people
true.
before us
So true.
went through
Yeah.
to make hip hop be where it is right now. Because without Kool Herc and without
The message.
Grandmaster Flash.
Grandmaster Flash,
Yeah.
bro, and
African
the
Bambaataa.
turntables and you would have
was it Theodore, DJs, like
bruh, you wouldn't have none of this, bruh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that I'm sitting here as a professor
Curtis Blow.
of hip hop and R&B is crazy.
It's-
You couldn't have told me 10 years ago that's even a title that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So,
And leading to that,
yeah.
I think it will be fun if you have a question for us for that. For
Yeah, y'all got any questions?
Yeah.
All right.
Like in
We
our
flip it. We ask
in
y'all
our
questions.
perspective.
Okay.
Yeah.
For our
You go first, man, if you got something.
So this is a production. So how far did y'all go back and y'all studied the production of where hip hop came from, where it's a disciple of, where it originated from? So looking back on how many multi elements does it have, and what do you think that the basis of hip hop is based off of?
I've studied. I want to say that I've studied a lot of different kinds of hip hop. I mean, I used to listen to. I said a hip hop, the hippie, Sugar Hill
Yeah.
Gang,
Sugar
Yeah.
Hill Gang.
because they were considered hip hop. They were considered.
Well,
like
they were the
one
one
of the
who
first groups,
really said the
hip-hop groups
word
at the time.
in a song.
But
Yeah.
They were like the first
and they
ones
was
to say the
rhyming
hip
and
hop,
yeah.
the hibbit,
Mhm.
the hibbit to the hip,
Yeah.
hip hopper, you don't stop the record to the
I used to
bang.
listen to that
So-
on repeat. I still do.
R.I.P. Angie Stone, but I never knew this. She was in a group called Sequence.
Mhm.
And she did an interview that I watched like a couple of nights ago, and Sequence wrote some of those records.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
That's
So
crazy.
they are
Straight ghostwriting.
ghostwriters. First, God, that's what I first ghostwriters on being originally the original females of hip hop.
Yeah.
You know, and that's
Yeah.
a big part
That's
of it.
before Roxanne Shante.
Yo, that's before, yeah.
Wow.
Man, you go back and look at
No
Secret
Queen
Pro-
Latifah
none
yet?
of that. None of that.
Damn.
No DJ Mark the 45 King. Oh
So-
my God.
And that was really interesting, that a part of history that I didn't know until I saw her interview. So
right.
you don't know these things until you go back,
Yeah, you gotta
you
do the
know,
research.
and you look at it and you ask the forefathers of how
Yeah.
how was this, how it came.
Like when this boy called me one time and he had Dana Dane on the phone. And he was like, he FaceTiming me. He like, look who I'm boy. And I'm sitting there like, I was like, yo, is that Dana Dane? I was like, Cinderella Dana Dane. Like, I'm stupid. I'm on the phone fanboying, singing his songs like an idiot. I don't care. I'm like, bro, this is Dana Dane.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I still have his record upstairs in my old house.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? Like from when I was a kid playing his record, bro. I still got it upstairs.
I tell him every time I see Danny, like, Danny, you invented the word bling. Like, bling comes from you.
Facts.
And he's that my son Wayne, he took it and made it his whole
Yeah.
thing. But that's studying. Wayne studied.
Yeah.
He studied culture.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a student of
But
the
see,
game.
that's huge though to say you studied culture. Because a lot of people don't study the culture; they study the art, and the art we do within the culture is rap. But the culture is
It's
hip hop.
different. Yeah, it's a different context too.
Yeah.
Right. And so, like, notice we don't have a degree in rap. I didn't create a
But-
Bachelor of Science in rap.
But damn, look, I mean, just
Yeah.
look on what you were doing earlier. You were, it might not be graffiti in the sense of graffiti writing,
Yeah.
but you're still designing.
Facts.
Yeah.
You might not
Facts.
be DJing in the sense, but you're still putting records together.
Facts.
Yeah.
So it's going back and looking at what the culture, is
Exactly.
on dancing,
Right.
break dancing, b-boys.
And the shout out to because you're Mexican,
Yeah.
and shout out to the Mexican
you can never race
community
Latin.
in the Latin Quarter, bro, for
Yeah.
their contributions to
Yeah.
hip hop.
DJ Chasey Chase.
Bro, I mean, like, that was a huge part of it, like the breaking and,
Wild Style.
bro.
Yeah, Wild
bruh,
Style. I was
right?
about to say that. I was
Yeah,
about
Wild
to
Style.
mention
Right.
Wild
Yeah.
Style. Yeah.
Like, because there are literally is 4 elements to hip hop. You know what I mean? And it's breaking, MCing,
DJ.
DJing, and dancing.
Graffiti.
I mean,
You graffiti. Yeah, it was
I
graffiti.
said breakdancing.
Yeah.
Really. Yes,
Yeah.
graffiti. So that's your 4 core elements.
Yep.
And so if you don't understand, like most people, if you break those 4 elements down, most people only know like the MCing part.
Which is crazy because back in the day, DJing was like the top of the pyramid of that scale.
The MC was an MC, which was a
Yeah,
master of ceremony.
yeah.
Yep.
So
You
yeah,
know,
it was,
we didn't become the EMCEE until
actually,
what was it, like 79,
I
80?
I say,
Versatile
I
for DJs
really
for
say
all of
Kumo
these
D,
info.
For
Curtis
real.
Blow.
Yeah,
Curtis
Bruh.
Blow.
Curtis
Blow was
I'm
really.
Curtis Blow when I want to stay.
He was the really,
Bruh.
foundation of being a superstar.
That boy Curtis Blow used to go. I can't even. Bro, it was crazy how he used to do that. It was fire. Dougie
then-
Fresh used to do the Dougie. I showed them the Apollo when he was doing the Dougie. He was like, and it was like, go Dougie. He was like, Dougie, go Dougie. I was like, bro.
Man, Dougie's a staple in the city, man. He always comes to New Orleans. We always embrace it, and people don't really understand
No,
that Teddy Riley produced the show.
right. Shout out to the show boys.
Oh yeah, I love the show. A Queens group that just, we took a record that.
Bro, there'd be no bounce without the show boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
A group from Queens, there'd be no bounce in New Orleans without the show boys.
Is that
It's Trigger Man.
I was
That's the
about to
Trigger
say
Man,
that's
yeah.
the
So-
Trigger Man.
So
yeah.
the story, the quick story of the Showboys. So the song was called Drag Rap.
Yep.
Mhm.
That was the song. When we got the record, we called the rap because there's a part in the Trigger Man field, you know, so that's the line. But there's a part where he says Trigger Man.
Trigger Man.
So we are the New Orleans is the one that changed
The name of
the name of the record. So
right.
So I can show you. I have the records. You know, if you've been in my shop, you know I got like 200,000 records.
Yeah.
But I have the first original printing that says Showboys, the Showboys Drag Rap. And then I have the second printing where it says the Showboys Drag Rap,
Man.
Drag Rap, and Trigger Man in parentheses.
Right.
So
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
you know,
Bruh.
That's pretty cool.
Who'd have thought one song from a group that song wasn't even like top 10 or nothing.
no, because
But
really,
it
you know,
was-
really back in the day, what I would go watch is, you know, it was Too Short.
Facts.
I Ain't Tripping was the beat that
Yep.
Warren Mays took for Giddy Girl.
Yep.
And then, you know, another beat that we would call was it was by Ain't You Fresco.
Yeah.
That was another beat
Yep.
that we used to use, you know, a lot
Right.
on just that and 5 Minutes of Funk and these little break records, Ice-T The Power, which was the Halloween theme.
Mhm.
You know, so those are records that were big and just sampling. And I tell everybody
Bruh.
that the early producers, the Manny, the KLs, the Ice Mikes, those people that were really coming up producing, if you didn't own an 808 or didn't have it, the 808 that you hear in a lot of these older bounce records comes from a record by DJ Cash Money and Marvelous
Right.
called Ugly People Be Quiet. And the 808 boom
Yo, I
is at
remember that record.
the end of the record.
Right.
And he sampled it.
I remember that record.
Yeah, so going back to your original question, I was going to say, like, a lot of the earliest hip-hop shit was all samples.
Yeah.
It was samples and drums, and even the drums were samples.
Yeah. Well, we had we were limited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to mention the
So
limitation.
the limitation
That was the pure core of
Yeah,
hip hop.
that gave us the
point.
creativity though.
Yeah.
Because being limited, it was like, okay.
And I
I
always
mean-
say that the fifth element of hip hop is sampling. Like
Yo,
it is,
super facts.
Yes, it is.
It really is. That now, granted, sampling now is a little different
No, it's a whole thing.
because, and I don't even know where it's going for the future because you got AI, you got all these weird
bro.
sampling things, but you got to think of where that's going to end up because
Yeah.
AI just like 2 years ago was terrible, and now it's like, oh, we getting there.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And don't talk about like Chat GP, you know,
Chat GPT.
Yep, I'm gonna get it. GPT.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm either tired or it's Lundy Grab,
It's
Mighty
tired.
Grab,
I'm
something's
tired.
happening, bro.
We all there.
So, but yeah, bro, it's the technology and where things are going and how things are gonna be. It's amazing. Our limitation gave us the level of creativity we had to come up with. Now, I would say that you guys, and you know the younger generation, you guys have kind of taken what we did, and it comes easier to you, I think, because there's more toys in your toy chest. You know, like we had to make our toys, and you guys are y'all got the internet. Like, first of all, if I had the internet and I could go on and just find 808 bass packs and stuff like y'all can do now, I wouldn't have had to steal Manny Fresh's 808 because that was one of my first real serious 808s because I stole it. And I told him I stole it, and I didn't care. I was like, bruh.
And even
taking
if
this
you see
808,
him today, you
bruh,
will still.
Oh,
saying
hell yeah,
it.
he knows. I literally was mixing a record for him, and I took the 808 as I was mixing it. What we used to do, engineers who've been around, you know this trick. As you're mixing the record, when you're dragging the files in, you have your own little folder there. And when you drag those files in, you have a kick you like. You technically drag that kick file into the program, and then you drag it into your folder. Nobody's ever the wiser. You leave it there. Session's over. You got a new 808. Because where were we getting 808s from?
Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
didn't have
it's
a
like
TR,
Pokemon.
if you didn't have
Yeah,
a TR
yeah.
808,
Picking up.
Yeah,
you didn't have a TR 808, bro.
It's a wonder pick.
You got one.
Or like SP12 or any of those type of situations, bro. You wouldn't do it 808. What's that? And people who did have certain things, especially back in the 90s, they weren't sharing beats, sounds.
Yeah.
It was gatekeeping.
Right.
Oh, yeah, it was.
gatekeeping it.
Yeah, it was
What up,
gatekeeping.
bro?
You cover your record with the tape.
Yep.
You know, it was. It was.
Bro, I've
You
been
know,
trying to ask people for advice too, and they be doing that. They do that now.
Oh, people still gatekeep.
Shit's so annoying.
I mean, there's a part of it that I understand because, and I'm going to say a Diddy quote here.
Oh.
So don't get on me, but you got to go and get the cheesecake. And for those that watch the band, understand that reference. And what that means is basically, I understand it to a point. Because you got to think, if I busted my ass and it's taken me, umpteen years to get to a certain level of success. And now you show up, knock on my door. Hey, how you doing? Can you give me your success in one day? It's like, no.
yeah.
Well, give me all the tools and keys that you learned on your own and just tell them to me. And it's like, no. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's a part of, like, I understand why there is some part of gatekeeping because you don't know what people went through to get to where they are, and everybody doesn't want to share what they had to go through, the hell they had to go through to get to a thing to tell you, okay, so here's what I did. I went on a corner, I hustled for a bunch of years, stole this, that, and the other. That's how I got this microphone I'm using. So then I want you to go rob somebody to get extra. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody's
Yeah.
going to tell you that. It's like, how did you do the thing? I just worked hard.
you gotta learn. We
You know
learned.
what I'm saying? Like,
we
learned
learned
on
on.
the streets, bro.
Yeah, we learned on recording on 4-track.
Bruh.
Oh.
That 4-track tape machine.
And there's no messing up.
Bruh. Somebody
Yeah.
sent me a picture when I was at Grambling and in my dorm room in Drew Hall.
Now we got
8th
8
floor.
tracks.
I had my tape deck, my Tascam tape deck, a 4-track recorder, and my PV mixer with that spring reverb where if you bang it while you record, you hear gong.
Ah.
Dang.
So
If
if you go back, this is just a thing for y'all. So New Orleans hip hop in general, 808 driven records come from, of course, listening to NWA, but the foundation of New Orleans comes from Mantronics.
Facts.
So all the speed up hi-hats and all that, drops and all that come from Mantronics, come from Curtis Mantronics. So those manipulating the 808s and the computer sounds and all that comes from him. Bass Machine, Tila Rock, all those records is where Manny and KL kind of discovered Ice Mike, Precise, kind of discovered those things. So you listening to them bass drops, coming from that machine, the 808, MIDI was a big thing. When whoever decided to put MIDI on the 808, because it didn't come with MIDI, you had to put it on, the world unlocked.
Yo, facts.
Now you can tune the 808.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Boom, boom, boom,
Yours,
boom, boom, boom,
the
boom,
one
boom.
we got in there, the TR-808, who tuned that? Who added that on there?
That's Forat. Mr. Bruce Forat was the right-hand person to Roger Lynn.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And invented the MP. And I love Mr. Bruce. Love you. I need to come see you. I got a bunch of stuff. I got 3,000 and some stuff I need tuning before you go out of business, before you leave us, decide to, retire.
All right, y'all. So we've talked for, I don't even know, probably 2 hours. 2 o'clock. This has been Loyola University New Orleans Hip Hop and R&B Night Talk, episode 2, featuring the world famous DJ Spin, who hopefully will be with us a lot more if he's around when we steal ESPN's spot and do our set right either before them or after them.
Yeah.
You know, see, tonight we even got the lights. We stole the lights and everything.
Yeah, we got a nice setup.
Shout out to Miss Camille.
Yes.
Yo,
Yeah,
fact.
man.
Oh, yo, Camille, man. Shout out Camille.
Yeah.
Camille Du Bois. Running things over here, Loyola, in the film department.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. It's been real. I got the music playing. So I'm going to mute our microphones and say G.